What's going on, Paranormal World? Ghost Adventures is back with a quick 6-episode season, and then they will probably disappear again after 6 weeks. You know how they do. So they will probably start back up in October. Nonetheless, this season has kicked off, drumroll please, on the West Coast yet again. You heard that correct. So they start this episode off in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Great Saltair. I've never heard of this place, but apparently it's an old historical music venue that has had its share of death and disaster. It's been 3 fires and a flood at this venue. Not only that, but the death of Saltair Sally might be one of the main reasons why this venue is so haunted. Her body remains were found on the property, but other body remains have been sporadically appearing on the lakefront. So a lot of people around the area think that this place is haunted because the property is cursed. And it's been a lot of stuff going on, like all those fires, the flood. It just seems like this place cannot stay stable for a long period of time without something bad happening. But anyway, this episode starts off with Zach Bagans giving his open soliloquy, stating that he couldn't resist his calling to come to this place, that the forces was urging him to come here. So it was this lady, I think she was an employee of the venue. She was showing them the green room at first because she said that every time she steps foot in that green room, that she always hear voices, no matter what. And while they're talking and, going over some stuff, Zach notices a temperature change, and which the employee agreed that happens often as well in this room. And then the dark energy that's in that room, apparently, that's causing that temperature change, apparently it makes his presence known in that room. And tense energy is in the air, and of course Zach Bagans said he began to feel a little aggressive and angry. So Zach storms out the room, and he suddenly noticed a burning sensation on his right arm, and he discovers 2 faint scratch marks on his forearm. And he mentions that he had on 4 layers of clothing. Yeah, you heard that right. I know it's cold in Utah, but really? 4 layers of clothing? Anyway, during the same instance, Jay points out an orb emerging from Zach at the same time that he's taking his clothes off. So they basically follow the energy down to the restrooms, and Zach says that the aggression is coming back. Then they hear a couple of voices crying out in the restroom, and the EMF detector spikes out of control. So then Jay gives this backstory of these little crying babies. Legend says that these little salt babies cry and they get people to look for them when they get to the lake, and then they lure them down to the lake and they drown people. And a lot of people have been missing. And that's really scary. That's just giving me goosebumps right now talking about it. Just imagine that. So after that segment, they cut to this paranormal investigator named Vincent, and they show this footage of him being pushed down the stairs in this building. And the video looks very, very creepy, and Vincent was looking crazy in this video. And it looks like it was genuine, and I'm not going to say it was fake because it looked real. And the eyewitness that was with Vincent at the time, she was showing legit concern when he fell down the steps, and dude almost busted his head wide open. But unfortunately, those type of physical encounters happen often at this venue, which is definitely poltergeist activity. So moving on, during the preparation of the investigation, Billy captures this illumination through this window. And really it wasn't an illumination. It was actually it looked like a little baby boy, well not baby boy, but a toddler walking across this window. And to me, it definitely looked like a little child, and it took me 5 times to actually see what I was looking for. I was like, they kept showing the replay. I was like, I can't see it. But we fast forward to day 2 of the investigation, and Jay takes this wagon with all type of equipment down to the lake so he can capture evidence of these little babies. While Jay was out there, he caught a couple of sounds, but nothing too dramatic. Of course, he thought that he heard something come up out the lake, and it could have been a fish. I think it was a fish or something like that. And Zach said that it's only baby shrimp in that lake. And I don't believe that for 1 second. Not that big lake. But anyway, moving forward, they captured some great evidence in this episode. I'm not going to lie. Zach caught a floating head in the mirror, and I thought that was pretty compelling. And, it was very creepy. But overall, this episode was much better than those episodes last season. And one thing I noticed about this episode is how much Jay knows his stuff about these urban legends. Especially those little salt babies he was talking about. You can tell he got excited when talking about that. I mean, his face just lit up. Like, Jay, I feel like he has a lot of information, and I can just only imagine the places that he can take Ghost Adventures as far as like investigations, like all around the world. That's the thing that I hate about Ghost Adventures right now. They don't travel, and really they just missing out on a lot of paranormal evidence and a lot of chances to help people, help families, and just figure out all kind of stuff like these urban legends. And they really dropping the ball with that. But anyway, I'm not gonna gripe on that because y'all know my stand on that. But like I was saying, I thought this episode, it was a great location, but it definitely was a dark and very interesting history at this venue. And I didn't know what to expect coming into this episode, but this location was definitely great. So I got to give them a hand clap for that. Although with every episode, there's skepticism, and they did find a lot of evidence, but a lot of people are always going to be skeptical about things. But like I said, this episode, it was solid. It was good. Was it like the older episodes of Ghost Adventures? No, but it was satisfying for me at least. Oh, and I forgot. They did capture some type of orb or hand or something tilting over the tripod. And I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, so what do you all think about this episode? Did you like it? Did you watch it? Are you subscribed to Discovery Plus? Or are you still holding out? But anyway, yeah, this was a solid episode from my perspective. Let me know down in the comment section, like I said. And if you love anything paranormal, Ghost Adventures, horror movies, anything like that, check out my channel, check out my content. If you like it, subscribe, hit that notification button so you can see every time I upload. As always, be safe. Peace.